Hey, happy July 1st. So look, I saw this Tabitha Brown post, and I love Tabitha Brown, just like y'all love Tabitha Brown. Actually had the opportunity of working with her briefly several years ago. Thank you, Miss Ashley Jackson and Twinkie Bird. Beautiful. So I saw the post last week where she shared about her husband, retiring her husband, and, just goals and love and partnership and connection. And then, so that day I was like, oh my gosh, I feel inspired. I'm gonna do a little post to share about me and my hubby. And you know how we do. Just didn't do it that day, so that's fine. And then I woke up today and I saw another post. So this is in honor of keeping God first. This is in honor of love and connection, and hoping that each of you find that individual that you can love, support, connect, and grow with. So it's July 1st, like I said, and this is actually me and my hubby's moving to LA 6-year anniversary. We moved to LA, pulled up and parked here on July 1st, 2015. Now, we met and became friends in 2013. Some of you all already know this story. And, once the connection was made, I told him, I said, hey, my plan is to move to LA, and I had already resigned from teaching, and we've always, I'm sure each of us have been in relationships where we kind of didn't do things, or we didn't follow through with something, just because of whatever it was in life that was happening. And, my heart was like, man, I really like him, but God keeps telling me I need to go somewhere. These things keep happening to me, and I need to make a move, right? I got to take the leap. And I was like, man. So anyway, moving forward, some of his friends that he graduated with from SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, that he graduated from, were living out here in LA, and randomly had called him like, hey, yo, all together, having fun. It was like 3 of them, I think. And, was like, come out here, come visit. And I guess he was like, all right, I'm gonna come visit. So we came out here together. And so after we did that show in March, we came to LA. It was right around, my birthday. And this is why I always say God and others, but I always say God. I like to remind people that God is not the author of confusion. And we have to remember that he writes the story, not man. I don't care what somebody tells you that you are not going to do, how you're going to do this without me. I done poured this, that, and the other into you. That's hogwash, okay? What God has poured into you, nobody can take that away, right? So moving forward, we came out here, and I was at the time not in the union, not in SAG, but I was eligible. And he was not SAG eligible yet at the time. So one of his buddies was a first AD on a very popular show, Blackish, and ended up being able to get him on a couple of sets, and got him, I think, 2, if not 3 of the vouchers that he needed to become eligible. And then while we were here, we were out to dinner with him, and he was like, oh, well, we're having our rap party. So went to the rap party, ended up touching base with the casting directors there, and let them know that, hey, one of my friends that I went to school with, that we did the same thing growing up, would you be willing to meet him? They were like, sure. So we were set to leave on Sunday, because I had to go back to film a web series that I had been cast in, and there was a season 2 that was Flags on the Field, and it's on YouTube, I believe. You can still catch that. But so I said to myself, and I told him, I said, look now, hold on now, buddy. If I leave you here, if I fly back to Atlanta by myself and leave you here to go for a meeting, it wasn't necessarily an audition. I was like, I'm putting in a notice to vacate. And we're going to get this ball moving now. You done came out here, worked. I done had to be on my own in LA so you can get this SAG voucher. So anyway, that happened. I went back. He had a meeting, great meeting. Nothing came of it, but still, these are doors opening. Another friend of his, they had an apartment. They were like, look, we got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You got somewhere to stay when you get here. And the other friend just tried to kidnap us from day one. Okay. So I was like, look, buddy, I got to go back and get my NutriBullet or something. He didn't understand why we even had to go back to Atlanta at all. So went back to Atlanta on the little board in the house, in the apartment, started counting down the days to move. And we picked July 1st. So anyway, that was just to give you a little update. All right, so we're here. Not to get too into the business, but we were dating when we moved here. Not married, even though I think we very much were considering each other as life partners. But time. I had been this is a second marriage for both of us. I had been divorced maybe 11 years at that point. Him, not as long as I had. But so you try to give people time to grow, because I was in my 30s. I was like, listen, 2 years is long enough, honey. And then I was like, all right, but he just got out of divorce court and give him a couple more years. But, something about when you're trying to get into your word and you're working on, you're continuing to work on your relationship with God, certain things just tug at you, like continuing to live together, continuing to do all of those other things. But anyway, and I just wanted like the abundance of blessings that I knew God would, rain down on us. So, we moved out here and ended up splitting up for a little while. And, but through prayer, we are here and are working on our 3rd year anniversary. So that's that update, right? So now I'll say this, we have been supportive of each other throughout our entire relationship. He's an actor as well. So, and I never really wanted to date an actor because I was like, I want to get my name off of my name, right? Not people that I've dealt with in this industry. But there was a connection there. So we went with that. And after getting married, a lot of blessings started to happen in our lives. And one of the big blessings that happened was me being booked on Tyler Perry's Assisted Living. That was on yesterday, as a matter of fact. So that was one of my favorite episodes. That was really funny. Great job, everybody. So I too, like Tabitha Brown, had those goals, right? So she said that her husband, she asked her husband to give her 5 years. It ended up being 15. But this was somebody that I was dating, that I told that I wanted to move to LA, and I think he took that to heart and he believed in me. And my husband is a comedian, so he'll jokingly say, honey, I'm a good casting agent. I knew what I had, honey. I knew you was gonna make it big. This is what he would say. He's not here, so I'll say it for him. But that's all, in fun and love and jokes. But it's something about being with somebody who loves and supports you, to move across the country just to believe that we could live out our dreams. And so when we got back together after the breakup, and we had to come to some things, and one of the sacrifices that he made, oh, y'all know I'm emotional, but I'm not gonna cry. Like, shook that. All right, good. Okay, so one of the sacrifices that he made was to take a job, a 9-to-5, even though acting is also his dream. And he did that so that, we could have some insurance, a place to live, a steady income, and he did that maybe for only about a year, and assisted living happened. So got that call. But after I signed my contract, we sat on the couch and I looked at him. I said, so when you gonna retire? And I think it might have been a shock to him. I mean, he'll have to tell his story, but you know, it was kind of like, okay, right? And shortly after that, I was getting on a plane to go to Atlanta, and I did not let that conversation go, because I knew that he would be able to now go after his dream full time, like he had allowed me to do. You know, my schedule was free to be able to go on auditions and do all of those things that I needed to do, because he was working that office job and I knew rent was paid. We knew rent was paid. So I wanted him to have that same ability to live his dream. So shout out to you, Tabitha Brown, for retiring your husband, honey. And here's another one. I retire mine. And I'm sure it's a lot of you sisters out there that are happy to say that you retired yours. And that's what God does. And I'm so thankful. He's been working. I won't even, I don't have to go through his credits, but, he has been working, and it's been a blessing. So I too pray that all of you, keep God first in your relationships. I pray that you get the kind of love, connection, and support that you dream of, because you can have all the desires of your heart. But it is so important, like she said in the initial video, to make sure you write down those goals. For 2 years, I specifically made 3-month goals. And each 3 months for 2 years, booking a series regular role was at the top of my list. After the first 3 months when it didn't happen, I didn't stop writing it down. I kept writing it down, and I kept putting energy towards that. What else can I do? Do I need more headshots? Okay, I can't go in the room and hope to be auditioning with Taraji P. Henson or Sanaa Lathan and, all of those, the likes of those, if my headshots weren't up to par. Let me do that. Let me make sure I have all my clips and my reels together. Let me make sure my health is good. Let me get these vision boards up on my on my wall. Let me make sure that my purpose is clear to me and those around me, and that I share it with them, that I share it with my agents so that they understand. Let me make my wish list of people that I dream to work with. Come on, Ava DuVernay. Come on, just, Will Packer, just, whatever your list is. I can go on and on and on. Issa Rae, Robin Thede, all of these people, right? So you do that for yourself. And I know this is a long video, and I try not to do this because this is Instagram. We like to double tap and keep it moving, but that was on my heart. It was not a mistake that this is our moving to LA anniversary, and that topic popped up again. So a lot of things that we're going through in this day and age are not necessarily the standard. God is providing for our household, and my husband provides in many, many ways, and has, and there is no shame in saying that I retired my husband so that he can live his dreams, honey, because all that is going to do is continue to come back to my household triple, double, 7, however many fold that God deems necessary. So I love you. I love you all so very much, and I wish you the very, very best. And thank you, Tabitha, for sharing that and inspiring the rest of us. We did that last year, but I never felt the need to share. So I'm sharing, hoping, just like you, that I inspire someone. So y'all have a great day. Get some sunshine in your life.